Greetings. It is a lovely summer here in Canuck land. As you can see, we've got some deep excavation going on here. That's what she said. So we're going to show you a couple of different things here. So the first one is our lovely Tim Hortons coffee. Sorry, it's Sunday. There we go. Yeah. Got to keep it classy. Alright, so what we're doing is we're going to trench a line over yonder somewhere for that brown thing that require water. So what we're going to do is I'll show you how to remove the topsoil here. We'll put that to the side so when we backfill we can make it black on top again. And the two tricks I'm going to show you is A, how to keep the sides of your trench kind of popping up and leaving those chunks. And the other thing I'll show you is when you're doing a really deep trench, you can only create about this much of the bottom at a time if you're at a reach. I'll show you how to take your cuts so you're not always dropping lumps down below. So we'll get there here. The first thing we're going to do is just kind of break the sod off. We'll just scratch it with the teeth a couple times just to cut it. By the way, shout out to black on top. Oh yes. Once we have the solid kind of cut, we'll take all these other pieces and just kind of push them a little bit with our teeth. That'll just kind of break them off. We can kind of shove them back into our cut and take them up. That'll keep it from falling in once it's 6 feet deep. Now we got our topsoil removed here. Now we're going to start cutting the trench. You'll see if I try and take a big cut, still try and pop the sides up. See how it's popping the sides up there? The good trick there is if you just take your bucket and just kind of push it back a little bit. You'll break it off. And then when you go to pick it up, you won't be popping the sides of your trench every time. See how it's trying to kind of pop everything off to the side? So what you do is you just take your bucket and push it back.
Not a full bucket.
No, it looks not. So I'll show you this piece right here. If I try and grab it from underneath, see everything just try to rip up and it'll pop the sides of your trench up. So again, what you do is you just take your bucket and just push it down a little bit. You're using the down force to push against the rest of the dirt to break it off for you. And then when you scoop it, you're not popping your sides of your trench up there. Lovely camera assistant there wants to go down and take a look inside the trench. I'll show you a trick for not rolling all your lumps down at the bottom. We'll just go take a look here. If you take a look at the bottom of the trench here, if this was a pile, this is how most people would dig here. Kind of reach to the bottom and they pull everything up. Right? So you can see how everything slopes. If I drop any of my lumps, look at where my lumps go. Okay? cut slope there, you saw that lump roll all the way down. I've only got like maybe 1.5 feet of reach with this baby, so I'll show you how to kind of step your cut so that way when you drop stuff it won't fall off. So if you just want to watch your feet there, we'll back up a little. And everything, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep cutting flat and just step my way down. A lot of guys will even take this one step further. They'll leave a high spot right at the start of the cut. They'll actually slope it towards you. That's the practice. You got guys that got rocky material. That way if you pop a rock when you're walking, it will fall towards you, not towards the guys in the trench. It's a good way not to get beat up afterwards. You can see all I'm doing is I'm just taking the same cut and I'm just keeping it perfectly flat. And that way if I drop any lumps, where do they go? Nowhere. Hey! All we'll do is we'll just keep stepping this right until we hit the bottom. And then once we hit the bottom, we're just going to walk forward over our trench. So we'll simulate that right now. We're just going to straddle our trench. And now when I go to do the final grading, I can reach all the way to the bottom there. Now you learned something.